Nearing the midpoint of Daniel's 70th week, that Old Testament prophet who told of these days, your teeth now gnash between paralyzed cheeks, gnashing that you once lined up with stubble's false teaching, strangled for decades in logical fallacy that Christ could return at any minute. Nothing has to happen first. Let's follow Stubble's conclusion and see where it leads. Israel, therefore, would not need to be a nation first, yet it is prophesied that she must first sign a 7-year peace treaty with Antichrist before the 7-year tribulation period can launch, also known as Daniel's 70th week. A season Stubble still contends happens right after the rapture, even as he stands raptureless in its midst. It's not much of a stretch of one's intellect to conclude Israel must at least be in place as a nation first, but lay dormant from the 1st century till 1948. Nor is it much of a stretch to further consider, throughout many of those centuries of Israel's wanderings, no world ruler such as the Antichrist could ever exist. That's because no one even knew where the whole world was. And only till now technologically possible for the global infrastructure necessary for such a world ruler like Antichrist to reign. And before his second coming, even Jesus said how it would be like the days of Lot, Abraham's nephew, whom God rescued from Sodom and Gomorrah before he burned them to the ground with fire. The toes of those days seemed to inch through the threshold when President Clinton sipped reprobate policy, grasping the whore of Babylon's cup, where the wine of her abominations stirred with sediments from the filth of her fornication. Don't ask, don't tell. And 2 decades later, the days of Lot dawned in all their rainbow sunshine, when the Supreme Court also gulped from the whore's golden cup and became drunken with the pride that came before the fall, their lip prints eternally seared to its brim, when what God joined together they put asunder. Gay marriages didn't mean happy ones anymore. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all.